Hey, yo. You know what it is. No Warning Podcast. Right now, rundown. You saw the promo. Now, here's the podcast. Yo, we're going to do it quick, fast, Friday night styles. This is to lead into the weekend.
I got the timer ready, bro. I got the timer ready for you. I know you be chatting. You got the gift of gab, and I know you're using it. So
I got a lot of views. You know me. I'm a seeker. Jones, I've been expressing lately that my new approach that I'm trying to embrace is seeker. I want to keep seeking. I don't want to have any definitive outcomes. I want to have always more information.
What are we doing?
Information.
What do we do in chat right now? Let's do some mushrooms and let's go real seeking here. Let's do it.
Yo.
Here we go.
I don't even want to know the last time I did that. What happened?
Let's start this right now. Rundown. This was the scarf I wore to work because I don't have a Canada scarf. I'm feeling pretty sad, so I just wore the flag. I wore this under my shirt. So let's go.
Represent that. That's how you have to do it, man.
5 minutes. Let's go. Give me your take on that game. Holy
that game
shit.
Last night. Everyone who watched it. Woo! If you saw the promo, you already know how I feel. God damn. Jones, no Alphonso Davies, no problem. No Alphonso Davies, no problem. Yo, not only did we win the game, we controlled the entire match, bro. Outside of two huge saves from Milan in the net, those two headers that he stretched out for,
big saves,
left and right side of the net, man. Outside of that, Canada we could have easily won 4-0.
Well, you could tell it was a CONCACAF game because they didn't have the camera go zoom in to see if it went over the line at all. You know, when he was saving it, he was just like it was a little suspect. It was VAR. You know when they do like in the EPL where they do the camera switch and then it shows like the ball like half over the line? Because I swear that ball was half over when he popped it in. That was such a sick save.
So he made some sick.
No, I'm saying right on the goal. Like, no, it wasn't over. I'm saying, but like there was like that nose of it, you know?
No doubt. But let's focus on the positives. No Alfonso, but Tajon Buchanan. Tajon, I wasn't either. Let's be honest.
More step overs than Ronaldo with that. That was unbelievable. Oh my God. And it actually worked, you know? Like I love when his step over works because a lot of guys throw him out there. Nothing comes of it. That one was, magnifique.
Bro, he had them so dizzy. The defender fell down, and the next defender, I swear he headed it in the goal because he was so enamored by Tajon's step over. He thought he was on offense.
Well, as
the Honduras defender he didn't head it in like casually. He headed it in like
I think he was kind of caught like awkward. It was like a weird ball. It was a perfect ball. That was unbelievable. Yeah, he was mesmerized.
Not just that, but Herdman set up. He brings in Hutchison and Piet in the middle. So there's no Eustaquio. He has COVID, signed with Porto.
On the way there too.
And before we even move on to that, Eustaquio and Alfonso are literally probably the most integral players in the games leading up in terms of attack.
They're the biggest.
Eustaquio picking passes and Alfonso running at defenders.
Yeah.
So for those two to be out and us to go on a road to a place that we haven't gotten a result since 85.
Well, and they got to just stab the stake in the old demons of 8-1 last time they had to qualify, right? That was devastating. Where they're firing fireworks outside their hotel, like they were keeping them up all night. But they did it all. I don't know how that wasn't a red card on Piet. I was getting a little worried about some referee match fixing.
That was wild.
There was a couple calls where even the Buchanan where he took the knee on knee. I was like, how are you getting a yellow for that?
Rough.
It was disgusting. Not even a yellow.
The only thing I can say is that ref made it clear from the start through the game.
He was allowing
to play rough. We go play rough
that. And I like that. But it was just when the header came in through Borjan's hands, I was like kind of like, this guy's really letting everything go. I was like, he's not fucking around.
You know what I mean? Then another great, you know what I'm saying. The next goal, bro. Jonathan David, man. It's no wonder that teams around the world are looking at this kid. He's 21. He's leading league in scoring, and the class that it takes, the focus, the poise, and the class that it takes to receive a 60-yard long ball, take it down in one touch off the chest, one header to control, and one left foot, chip, finish. Oh my God. And then
right out of my seat. I got out of my seat. Yeah. Oh, definitely. Oh my God.
And even better than that, did you see Alfonso watching the game live?
Yeah, I saw it. He went viral with that. Yeah,
and
he was loving
never appreciate anything more than when Alfonso said, Johnny, where you? Where you? Oh, nothing is so African than where you, Johnny, where you?
Bro.
Man.
He's got more goals than Messi. He's got more goals than Neymar. I don't need to be faded to love Jonathan David. That's my guy. I was trying to come up with some rhymes for Jonathan David. It's a hard name to rhyme with, but we need some chance for that, man.
Yo, Jonathan David, we stole him. To play with. That's all easy.
And we stole him. You know, he's a Yankee originally. Yeah, he's ours.
Born in New York. I heard that.
Brooklyn.
But yo, Jonathan David ain't nothing to play with. That's all we got to say. Simple.
We got 30 seconds. I want to just tell you that Liam Frazier, the guy who fed that ball, but he came on. Worst start though. He came on, got a quick yellow, 2 bad passes that got us countered against, and then he delivers that. I was like, oh, that's what we need. That's that whole team, man. This team is deep, bro. I got chills.
This team is deep. Remember how good Milan played? Tuss, our boy, told us on our interview that our backup goalie Maxime Crepeau is his guy. Yeah. So imagine that this is our goalie and we have a sick one in the back. And one last shout out, the man who dove into the snowdrift in Commonwealth, we'll never forget, but he's my unsung hero of this team, Sami Adekubi. That boy is nice on the right wing or on the left wing.
You need those nice wing backs, man. They changed the entire game. Yanks on Sunday. Then we go into the final stretch. We get El Salvador, and then we go into the final in March, right around my birthday. So we're going to be partying for those, okay?
Jones, considering our teams playing are both North American and most players on both teams play a lot of football in Europe and haven't played in snowy conditions since they were kids, do you really think it was wise for Canada even to bother going to Hamilton? Should we not have played in a more controlled arena? And I also hear that they won't be able to have as much fans. I saw Dwayne De Rosario talking on another podcast, and he said Hamilton, there's no stands on the 2 ends. So that the whole end support that's behind goals isn't there. And I think when it's cold and you have class players like Tejan in them, we should unleash our players. We don't need an advantage. We're not playing against Honduras in the cold. It was the Yankees. I think we should have took them straight up at BMO.
Yeah, I totally agree. But this is Canada soccer at its best. We could talk about this forever. They don't make the best decisions all the time.
Yo, what matters? 3 points. 3 points. 3 points. Top of the table. Canada soccer. Represent that. Represent that.
Okay, hot transition. We're going to keep it Canada.
No doubts.
How about that convoy?
Ooh. Yo, the biggest news story in Canada, without a shadow of a doubt.
And little Elon Musk throwing a little tweet out there, giving him some props and stuff. Elon Musk came out and said, "Oh, gotta love Canadian truckers." Yeah.
Word up. All right. Yeah. Cool.
There's a lot of weird. Yeah, it's an interesting thing. I don't know. I'm kind of like, I have some opinions on it. I don't know if you really want to hear them.
So, because we don't have to agree. We could be on opposite ends or we could be on the same page. You want to go
I just think this is the classic example of a minority trying to speak for a majority, where they have it as 80 to 90% of truck drivers are vaccinated, double vaxxed. So, and you know what's kind of funny is I think it's 5% of truck drivers, or no, 1 in 5 truck drivers are from South Asia, and 1 in 3 are immigrants. And I gotta say, I was watching that convoy, and I didn't see them represented very much. So I'm just saying there are some other things attached to this that maybe like the core value is like, okay, like we want our freedom, blah, blah, blah. And the other people piggybacked on top of it with some kind of right-wing rhetoric of like, the only way this ends is with bullets, which is a nice thing from the organizer to say openly. Kind of crazy.
Is that true?
Yeah, that's what one of the organizers said.
Who is the organizer?
There's like 5 of them. There's like a husband and wife that started it, and then there's like a
Jones. But what do you say? Because honestly, if we're gonna do this, no warning podcast right now, rundown. We got to open all angles. And one thing I want to ask you is the end of the day, Jones, what do you say about the idea that a lot of people don't like the notion of being lumped with people who are far right and actually are genuinely, because
that's what I mean.
What you said is that the statistics with the 80 to 90% of the drivers are shot. I've also seen that the drivers aren't saying we're not against this shot. We're against the fact that the mandate's being forced. So they're saying I'm still shot and I'm still willing. I just don't like the mandate being forced on my ability to work or other Canadians' ability to move freely. I'm not against you in the sense that there's probably way more Canadians who aren't in favor, but at the same time, there's also plenty of Canadians who aren't having any negative heart. I refer it to it the same as the Trump shit. You know, I couldn't despise Trump, and I wasn't gonna rep for the
Ontario police said that there's only 133 trucks there. There's 456 passengers.
There's too many.
You know what I mean? That's what I mean. But that's the Ontario police giving those numbers. Those are
maybe those are trick videos, but I seen.
I know, but it's
hectic
easy.
Lines that are.
I know, but think about that. If you have
cars.
113 cars, that's 113 cars. That's easy to make.
I think there's more than 113.
No, maybe 113. No, actually,
I've seen these stats. This is what the
Ontario police said: 113 trucks, 456 passenger cars. So that's like that is it. That's like then you have like there's
so
like
be honest, where's this 50K thing coming from? Just be honest.
50K.
I've heard there's 50K trucks.
No, well, that's not what the Ontario police is saying. That's what they're.
And then how many kilometers
maybe people dropped off? Maybe
have you heard that it's 100?
Fuck, I don't want to drive to Ontario. That's too far. Maybe they went like halfway and they dipped out halfway. I don't know. This is such a weird thing. It's just.
It is weird.
To me, it's all unfortunate because.
I don't want anyone
I don't want to have to like, I'm sure taxi drivers don't want to have to get a driving test every 5 years, but you have to do it to keep your job. It's like, these are one of those things. And like COVID is something that we've never dealt with before. And it's the Jesuits have a very good saying where you can't use old thinking, like to deal with new problems, because that's why they're novel problems. Like they're brand new. So you can't use an old way of thinking. And that's what COVID did to us. Is like immediately we had to deal with something that we've never dealt with. I've never dealt with a plague in my life. I wasn't kicking around for the Spanish flu. I wasn't kicking around for even world wars where your entire life got changed and you had to kind of bend the knee in a way for the greater good. And it's like everyone's up to their choice, and I'm not discrediting anybody. I'm just saying personally, I just am approaching this like I just got to make what I think is the most logical decision for everyone around me and everyone in my life. And that's what I've done. And that's, you know, and people may feel differently. It's just like the same way I always give a hand wave. Some people don't give hand waves. I always give a hand wave, you know, because it makes everyone around me feel better. They'll drive better after that. So they're not upset because they let me in and I can give them a hand wave. Weird example, but
that makes all good and well. And I don't disagree, Jones, because one angle I've taken that I've looked at it like this. We have seen a lot of people saying communism. We don't want communism. We don't want like Trudeau. He's a communist. China. We're like China. I'm hearing this constantly. We don't have freedom. But one thing I want to focus on is irrelevant of a convoy, irrelevant of a mandate. This is a democratic country where we vote to decide and the majority rules.
Yeah.
So if that is the case, I just want to know if everyone who supports the truck convoy is okay with having a democratic vote as a nation.
Yes.
To see if the mandate stands up. Because that's truly democracy that is far from communism.
Yes, we took
a referendum. I have a feeling that people who are in favor of a lot of restrictions don't really understand the fact that there's probably a very high chance. I don't even want to speak in facts because I don't have facts. I just have estimates or guesses.
Yeah.
Or
we're making an educated guess.
You know what I mean? So I'm saying, let's say this. I was playing this game. There's 38 million Canadians. So that means 3.8 is 10%. So if this convoy, let's say, did have the 50,000 trucks, and let's say there was 10 people per truck, which we know there isn't, but let's just play fun, there is. That's 500,000, right? Yeah. And I heard there was about 1.5 million Canadians who are going to show up separate from the convoy, which is quite a bit. So you got 500,000 and 1.5, that's 2 million. That's short of the 10%. Now, if I want to enable people to believe that, of course, there's a lot of support that's not going to come to the convoy, can't make it, don't have time, don't have money, don't have whatever. So I'm going to let you have 5 times more support at my 2 million to get to 10 million. At 10 million, and 38 population, you are roughly getting to 25%. No matter how you slice it, there's a very small chance that more than 35 or 40% of Canada is in favor of fighting the situation.
Actually, I'm a big believer that, like, if we're going to go for a referendum on daylight savings, I think we should go to referendums for big issues. I'm totally with you. Like, this should be brought to the people. Why not? We spend enough money on bullshit. Like, I'd walk to the polls and do it again. Like, if you did this, like you're saying, if you got the people to vote on what it is, and then everyone has to abide by that, because we all preach democracy. We don't want communism. We don't want
that's
fascism.
The thing. I don't like communism. Yeah. I don't trust Trudeau. That's fine. I don't trust Trudeau. Look at me. I don't trust Trudeau.
I know.
But the man is the prime minister right now. He can get voted out.
Yeah, he was voted in. He was voted in, and we go.
And that was a democratic process.
Exactly.
I don't appreciate a lot. Me and you spoke on our podcast about that we charity and how, let's call it what it is. It's fucked up. The man stole money and gave it to his family. Yep. He's a crook. He's a thief. He lies. You think I support blackface prime minister? But the reality is,
he was doing brown face.
Whatever he was doing.
I think it was Aladdin, wasn't he? Like,
that doesn't justify the fact that we have to let a small amount of Canadians dictate. Oh, but I'm all for them getting to speak.
Okay, we gotta keep it moving. We gotta keep it moving. But that's the classic squeaky wheel gets the grease, and that's all it is. And it's just like, it's the same thing that happened in the States. Is that was a minority not speaking for the majority. There's, I don't think you go down the States and you just meet a bunch of racists. It's like there's always going to be the one. Exactly. So,
and I don't want a Capitol Hill insurrection at Parliament either.
Well, I hope this isn't our January 6th. That's all I'm hoping. Is this?
No, that's what I'm saying. I don't want Canada to be on worldwide news.
No, I don't like this.
Running up into the Parliament building and busting into. No,
I like getting free stuff when I'm traveling and I say I'm Canadian, and they immediately are like, "Come on in."
And that's what I'm saying. We're losing our rep of being like classy, calm. And I also, Jones, I want to make sure we
last one,
say
right now, rundown.
We don't say we're not in favor of people expressing their voice. I just don't want disrespect or injury or violence to be the factor in which something gets carried out.
I'm honestly happy that they at least went to Ottawa rather than when they protested pipelines and just blocked off the Henday. So that's like, I'm cool with that. So at least you went to somewhere that it's actually going to get attention. So, and
Canada, let's stand up this hard.
Let's
go. Aboriginals having clean water.
I'm going to keep it moving. Let's go. Last topic.
Clean water. Jones is
running
from the Aboriginal clean water.
No, we're going to keep going. This is a right now rundown. We're going to talk about that later.
Than anything else.
Did you watch the press conference today? Did you watch the press conference today? Did you watch the press conference today?
Today's press conference. See, this is how I verbally bully Jones. He's like, let's move on. I'm like, Aboriginal water.
Did you see it?
Of course. And I demand that you people let the skeletons of Evander Kane be free. The man has made numerous mistakes, but he's here to represent this, the oil drop. This is what matters. This is what matters. Has he done wrong? Yes, he's done wrong. Is he innocent? No, he's not innocent. Is he an angel? Hell no, he's not an angel. Am I an angel? Hell no, I'm not an angel. Am I innocent? Hell no, I'm not innocent. Have you been recording my whole life to see all the foolish mistakes I've done, the laws I've broken, which have been many? So let's make sure, as a fan base, everyone got it out of their system before the man even came here, that they're so mad and they're so disappointed, and here comes this train wreck, and here comes
I couldn't believe how many
gambler.
I couldn't believe how many River Cree jokes I saw. Like, I was just like, okay, let's just chill out. Like, okay,
the casino's attached to the arena.
Oh God, he lost his signing bonus on red. Like, people were going off with it. Like,
and it's funny. Like, all jokes aside, it's funny.
I know, but
the
then
man is a gambler. It's funny.
You hope all the allegations in the domestic disputes and everything, you hope that's not true. Obviously he gambled. Obviously he used a fake vaccine card. He was 100%. An idiot. You hope now that he's 30, like, takes a lot of people to mature. And I'll give him one. I rinsed him last time, but I'll give him one little grain of hope, is that they've done like psychology studies on how like our maturity age is no longer 18. It's like now it's been bumped up to like 25. Where we actually, it's like, and
nobody's mature at 18.
And you hope that now that he's 30, He could like, maybe he has a little more like philosophical thinking, a little more self-reflection. That's what I'm hoping for. And I think that could be it. Is he going to come in and make an impact? It's pretty undeniable he's going to, man. If they throw him on that power play, it's going to be disgusting.
So he literally led the Sharks in points. He could have been the biggest.
Well, and he has a one-timer
on their
you know,
team.
It's something that lacks on our team a lot is a one-timer. So he's got a dirty one-timer.
And he can hit, lay the body. Our team is probably one of the least physical teams I've seen, especially this year. Where's, Kane aside, why doesn't anyone hit anyone on our team? Like, damn.
He's going to come in thick. I know, but that's I think they're going to be shopping for that too at the deadline. They're going to get someone bigger. They need someone they're not going to bring a Dave Semenko in there, but they're going to bring someone in there just to add that little bit of toughness and that they need for sure. I want to say that wasn't it funny though in the press conference? I've never seen 3 men drink so much water in between every question. It was just like, oh God, oh shit.
Because in hockey,
yeah, that's a tough one. Oh, good luck, Evander. You know, like,
in hockey, this is let's be honest, Jones. This is seen much worse than it would be in football or basketball or even baseball. I don't even know. Like the olds.
Well, and a small market too.
The old thinking and the old approach in hockey is more embraced than any other sport. So the
team first mentality is higher in hockey for sure.
Yes. And the idea that a player's flamboyant, outgoing, and outspoken isn't appreciated. I wanted to touch on one little thing about the domestic. Only one. True or not true, whatever he's done, I find it very hard to believe a man who could have done as crazy of the things as he was alleged to do to his spouse can get sole custody of a child, a young child, especially as someone who travels as much as he does. There has to be an angle in this where there's something we're not hearing. Well, so
I
don't like going inside somebody's house and their relationship and saying, "Oh,
child, you're not child services."
You know what I mean? We don't know what happens when the door shuts and when somebody makes the allegations his ex-spouse made, but somehow loses her child that she's been the primary caregiver for to a guy who's traveling all the time, who has open gambling issues and is in trouble in the league he plays in. Maybe the judge took money, just like everything else in life, could have paid the judge off to win. Let's be honest, that's a factor too.
I didn't think of that. Shit.
Maybe he's the biggest dirtbag of the world and he's just getting away and we're giving him his 10th cat life. It could be. Or like Zach Cassian, who came here with drug and alcohol issues and a broken foot from a car crash with teenage girls in his car in Montreal. He turned his whole life around. He became a good player here. He became serviceable. He's been on our team 4 years. He got a new contract, and now he's a young girl's father. So come on, man. Everyone needs a chance. And like Kane said himself,
stay positive.
Attitude changes from 18 to 25 to 30.
Yes,
and it keeps developing. And everyone's life isn't being put on camera. People who I know are dirt bags and have done dirt are talking bad about this dude. Like,
I know thou doth protest.
I want to air them out.
Thou doth protest too much. I think a big thing, Adji, is sometimes there's those things in life where it's crazy meets crazy. You know, it's like an Aries with an Aries. And guess what, baby? I'm an Aries. So, you know, like I think they're both crazy, and then they both just like it was too much. They shouldn't have been together. The only knock I'll have on him is he shouldn't have put himself in that situation. 100%. Hindsight's 2020. So this is how we do it. We'll see how it goes. I'm not putting the jersey on yet. I'm still waiting a little bit, but I was pumped to see Koskinen get to knock out the shutout. I was very excited.
Thank you for mentioning Koskinen.
That was pumped.
3 amazing games in a row.
Well, and for him to get the shutout, knock all 3 out. Like McDavid's goal was absolutely disgusting. Like I was just like, oh, but
yes, but I'm not just talking yesterday. I'm saying Koskinen's played 3 strong games in a row, and he has an avalanche of people on his back saying how bad he is, how much we need. So for him to overcome this at a time where we really needed him to break out of this losing slump, shout out to Mikko Koskinen for that. That's a big factor, dog.
Dude, we got to wrap this up, but yeah, this is exciting. They're going to have to play Skinner more though, because they're going into like a playoff day run where it's one every game, and they're going to have a lot of back-to-backs. So hopefully Mike Smith comes back at some point. Who the hell knows? And last but not least, if Evander Kane is a bad seed, you can cut him. Gone. Yeah, somehow they gave him he's not they gave him a no movement clause. I'm like, God, why'd you give him that shit? But like, yeah, at least you gotta trade him. But if you're gonna trade him, who the hell is gonna trade for him? Yeah, exactly. Totally. So always release a bad apple. Bro, right now, run down. That's it. We have to end it. I gotta go hit the ODR up, playing some hockey.
If you're for the
Good to see you,
convoy,
bruv.
be for it. Don't sway on us. If you're against it, be against it. Don't sway on us.
And don't
we
at
all
me
have
and
opinions
shit too. I don't want no beef. Don't at me or anything like that.
Hey,
Okay, like
this
I'm
guy has
alright.
stronger opinions than me about certain things, and that's
Yeah.
fine, because
Yeah,
that's
better
what we're
believe
here
it, baby.
for: conversation and discussion. If you're spreading love, for or against a vaccine, for or against the mandate, for or against the convoy, I don't care. Keep the division down. Keep the angry, hostile posts and conversations down. Understand each other. Use your intellect.
And if you come at me, I'm coming with 50 burners right back at you.
Yeah, you can come at Jones. But,
all right, dude. Let's stay safe. Holla, holla.
No doubt, no doubt. Peace out.